Okay, this is. Hang on, we're trying to get the one phone off.
Otherwise, talk is fun.
Okay, can you hear me now? Are we good? I can't hear you, Ken. You got to say something.
I had it muted.
Oh, okay. Now I don't feel so bad. No, I am in Marquette County. I'm up in Westfield right now.
I'm going up to Gwinn, Michigan tomorrow.
Are you?
Yep.
So, no, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's what a beautiful day up here. So.
That'll change. It's Wisconsin.
Oh, anybody hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. All right, guys, we're getting started. All right, we're gonna start out, I guess, with, citizen comments, is that right? I guess that is right. Citizen comments will be heard during the meeting if they're, meeting through Zoom. Using either the web address or dial by phone during those parts of the agenda, which I don't think we have. No. So we don't even need to go to that. So we're gonna go to calling to order, and I'm gonna take a roll call, please.
Trustee Bergen?
Present.
Trustee Olet?
Here.
Trustee Zebrowski?
Here.
Trustee McFall?
Here.
Trustee South?
Here.
Trustee Chadwick?
Sally, unmute.
I can see her.
Yeah. Unmute.
I'll break one.
Oh, she's here.
Trustee Bergen?
No, you're muted.
Here.
There you go. All right, here. All right, with that, we are going to, one item, new business, DOT 2037. Discuss the necessary action regarding consideration of resolution 2020-07. A resolution opposing the Greendale Health Department Order Number 1, COVID-19 Public Health Plan for suburban Milwaukee County. With that, I'm going to ask our attorney, Macy.
Well, I think we're more here to answer your questions and see what your issues are. You know, the agenda item is a resolution, you know, indicating what the pleasure of the board is.
Everybody see our resolution here, and again, I'm gonna ask everybody to talk loud and back. Everybody read the resolution that we're voting on today. And again, the resolution, a couple things that I'll just say real quickly on it. First of all, it's a resolution to say we were against our health officer taking the stand she did on voting on this. It was her right to do it. She could do it. This is a symbolic resolution, which means we can't stop this vote that she did, and we cannot personally change what has been there. The vote is good until next Thursday, the 21st, but we can go on, this allows us to go on a record that this board was against us and that had been relayed to our health officer to some degree that she needed to speak with our manager. So with that, I will open this up for questions to anybody before Attorney Macy talks to us. So go ahead, anybody? Yeah, first of all.
Yeah, I don't know if I should run over to Village Hall.
Hold on, guys.
It's just,
Everybody hold on a minute. Okay,
I
Jason.
can't tell, they may be
Goes
talking.
back until next Thursday, but who's
I
to say
can't
that
tell.
they're not gonna just try to do something?
Yeah, none of these people are, and there's no like chat.
Somebody's talking?
Yeah.
You want to put yourself on mute? Whoever.
Sean?
Is that John?
Yeah, I would like to know that too.
Don, would you unmute yourself? All right, Jason, please.
who's to say that the health department's not gonna try extending it after next Thursday? Do we need to sue the health department then? Like, what are our options? Like, this is not okay. So what do we have to do?
Okay?
That's a question I have too, is that we've got to open Greendale. Other communities are doing it, we've got to.
Yeah, and, you know, again, like we talked about with Open Greendale. So as is out there now, all the stores down here except the bars, the churches, and the library can open. Those that can open by opening, as long as they're abiding by, like my house, I could open, but I have to abide by all the rules of having tables, so many people in the shop, and abide by those rules to get that open. It's not, I don't believe, and tell me, if I'm right, actually, maybe if I waited a week, it's not gonna change, right? There are some rules that are just set in concrete. Even those bars that are open, and you see people sitting next to each other, that's illegal as hell. I mean, that is an action that is waiting to have some problems, so,
Well, I don't know, maybe the chief would know the answer to that. I thought the Supreme Court threw out all the orders, and there's a lot of guidance out there and a lot of recommendations, but I don't know that there are any orders or laws that he can enforce the recommended social distancing. So let's be specific. One thing we have to be very careful today is we cannot give guidance to the businesses. They have rights. If they want to sue us, they can sue us. And we can't, or sue the health officer. I mean, so we are not going to be giving advice to the businesses. They need to get advice from their legal counsel as to what they can do and what they can't do. But my understanding, and again, if the chief wants to chime in, is that there are no, other than the health officer's rule, okay? The health officer's order is in effect, and he could enforce that, but I didn't study every nuance of it. They're constantly changing daily, it seems to me, the orders. So I don't, whatever that order says, he could enforce.
do you have any comments on this?
No, I mean, what Mr. Macy said is correct. I really don't have any comment on it.
Okay.
Hold on. My question is, so if the bar is open, so if Panther Pub Ricardo's opens today, what could happen?
They can do it.
So why can't they?
Well, wait, if they're in violation of the order, they could be cited for being in violation of the order, and it's a misdemeanor. And theoretically, they could have someone bring a charge against them to revoke their liquor license for violating the order, which is probably as serious or not as the potentiality of the DA's office. I think you've given guidance to your chief as to how to process or issue citations. I mean, that's by a prior board action, so he has the direction that he needs. But I can't stop a citizen from filing a complaint with the state or with, or yourself, or the chief filing a complaint on their liquor license. That's a whole separate law. So again, they have to check with their legal counsel as to what happens to them if they open. I don't even know if opening is a violation of the order. That's not my job, is to study every nuance of the order for the taverns and the bars or the coffee shops.
Because my understanding is the Tavern League said that all the bars could open. That's what I was
You
told.
know, Milwaukee put their new order in with all the health
Right.
and stuff, so that.
So that trumped it. And so the health officer can trump the Supreme Court.
No, she can't.
That-
Well,
to
we
me,
don't
that's-
know. Legislative Reference Bureau attorneys from Senator Craig issued us a legal opinion saying that the health officers could not trump the Supreme Court, right? Well, I mean, maybe you don't know that, but Senator Craig sent out a legal opinion from their attorneys, the legislative attorneys, indicating that in their opinion, they couldn't issue an order. But they're getting advice from other people, not from us, the health officers, telling them they can't.
So what do we go by then?
What,
Our municipality.
you go by what your health officer issued, because there is a statute that purportedly gives them permission. And if they say they have that authority, you have indicated, until such time as they're sued and that order is thrown out, just like the Supreme Court or upheld, that order is in place.
But that is just an opinion.
That's somebody else's opinion, it's not our opinion,
That's what I'm
and it's not the legislator's attorney's opinion. But I can't speak for your health officer as to who she got legal opinion from. All I can tell you is she didn't get it from me.
Okay, that's what we need to know, yes, go ahead.
So who would be the one suing, the Village of Greendale or businesses, either or?
Either or.
We do our
It
health
would not
officer?
be typical for you to sue your own employee.
Yeah,
It would be more typical that a resident, or more particularly a business that's been harmed, the court would say, how are you harmed, village? And until we get somebody trying to sue us, filing a lawsuit against us, we can't argue that we're being harmed necessarily.
All businesses could sue on this issue.
and then,
Could sue her. Could
They
sue.
sue her or sue you.
Well, he couldn't sue us, because we didn't make that decision.
Well, she's your employee.
So at first, I think Ron has the
Yes. If the way I understand this, if this resolution, we adopt this resolution, then we have gone against the health resolution that she did. Wouldn't our bars / restaurants be able to open then as Waukesha, Kenosha, all them?
It doesn't have, okay, first, you need to be complimented, and if this was, I don't know if it was Darren's idea or was, whose idea it was, this is an excellent move. We have recommended to other communities in your position who do not agree with your health officer to not only send a message to your residents, send your message to your health officer, and send your message to your police department, okay? You're sending a strong message, but you do not have the power to force her to revoke that order, rescind that order, or to rescind the order yourself, because there's a statute. And I like to always give comparisons for those who've known me. You don't tell the assessor what to do, you don't tell the building inspector what to do. You know, if they misvalue a property as the assessor, or they issue an illegal building permit, there are consequences, but we don't tell them how to do their job. So we cannot tell the health officer how to do her job. We can send a strong message as this resolution does.
Go ahead.
can we pass our own order saying everyone can open if they would like to, and set guidelines? Or would that just cause confusion, or would ours succeed, or no one knows?
No, we know the answer to that. There is no statute that gives you the power to issue an order to supersede her order. Okay, we know of no statute. Some people are investigating that, but as of right now, I think it's pretty well understood that that's not the kind of proclamation, emergency proclamation, that President Birmingham and the board can issue. This is health related.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just the health department.
You want to make a comment? Yeah.
Oh, sure, I said,
Yeah,
John Johnson, Deputy Health Officer, in replacing for Sue Shepherd, she was not able to get on this call.
Okay.
So the order that he signed, order number 1, of course, went into effect May 14th, and it ends Thursday, May 21st, which is next week Thursday, at 11:59 p.m. Sue is not expecting to extend any orders, so the orders will be done. All businesses can open as of next Friday. Right, and I was just on a call with all of the other health officers in Milwaukee County. I can tell you the only one right now that is even thinking about rescinding is Cudahy. Every other community is keeping the order as it's written.
Cudahy rescinded.
Right, or they, yeah.
No, they did rescind.
That's
We represent them. I
Yeah.
have the press copy of the
Okay,
press.
yeah, and that's the only.
Good for them.
community. All the other ones are keeping.
So why doesn't agree that?
Is Sue
Yeah,
thinking of it?
Wait, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
What?
Okay, so anyway, I mean, and the current order was written by those health officers to give businesses, communities time to open in a safe way. We had a lot of calls from businesses, how do we reopen safely? We had people crying on the phone, telling us, I want to go to work, they're not doing this safely. And so I can just tell you, there's a lot of residents and employees who are very concerned about businesses open safely. We don't want to, we have 6 days, it's not the end of the world, we've been closed now for a time, and I think we just sent out the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation guidelines. They work with public health to write those guidelines. So the business community from the state of Wisconsin helped to write those guidelines because they wanted businesses to open safely.
Okay.
You know, they don't want.
And I wanna make sure, and I know you're here as a courtesy and you're, you know, but please be very careful what you represent. Because there is some people that believe that your village manager does not believe she could have read this document. There's 400 changes in his opinion, more than 400 changes were made since she read it. So she may have signed something she didn't read. So please make sure that when you say she read it and she approved everything, you know that to be a fact.
Which document are you referring to?
The order.
The order. Oh, yeah, Sue Shepherd was, you know, up in town recently, and she did read the order, and I do know that the health officers did, review the order with the attorneys from City of Milwaukee, almost all the other attorneys, and I know, just like the Supreme Court, not everybody was 100% in agreement, but I know the bigger communities did.
And I was on any of them.
Yeah, we were on that.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And we all did agree that we both our health officers did.
Right.
Yes, go ahead.
What guarantee do we have that she isn't gonna extend this?
Okay, I just talked to Todd Michael today, I called Sue Shepherd on the phone, and on the meeting too, all the health officers were totally in agreement, it is not going to be extended. It'll end, and I can just tell you that Sue is a very ethical, honest person, she said, yes, I'm not going to extend this order. She's been here for 15 years, worked with Milwaukee 35 years, health department, I mean, super ethical person. I think if she says that, you can trust her, and I shared that information with Todd Michael already today. So you have my word that she said that, so.
So you're kind of saying something different than what I would, you know, I call it human today. Yeah, what I'm understanding, so you're just saying they all, and by that the health officers will drop this without another plan.
They are gonna have, okay, I was just on the plan, they're not gonna have any requirements. They're gonna have a plan kind of similar to the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation that just gives some additional guidelines to businesses. Businesses don't have to follow it, it's totally voluntary on their part,
So
so.
this whole gate thing that they can,
Yeah. Right, it's not a requirement, it's just gonna say, this is what we recommend based on the President of the United States plan. But no one has to follow that after 11:59, the
Thursday.
Thursday.
All right, that's what I need to hear. Further questions, anybody on this? Yeah, go ahead.
Make a comment that, you know, it would have been nice if ours would follow Cudahy's and revoke it, but 6 days doesn't seem like a lot to some people, but small business that's close to folding and have had the people laid off, that's a long time. And we're in competition right now. I know several Greendale residents that have gone to restaurants in Waukesha. New Berlin is not that far from us, Muskego, and 6 days, that is a long time.
Can I just say one thing on it? You're correct. Whenever I went around and talked, a lot of our places aren't ready to open, and we go talk to them. Even mine, I couldn't do it. I couldn't stay here, but I know there's a lot of things in place. So the question is, should we not maybe have our village manager see or talk to Grand Haven or where the businesses are and do it? Because they all know they could open right now. And you see, there are some that are, look at the people that are down here, the cars, that are here. They are open and they're allowing people to walk in. But the big
They are.
places, yeah, they are. So you see,
Stores.
go over to many of these stores.
Stores, not restaurants.
Huh?
Just
Not the
stores.
restaurant. No. And that's where the problem. George Gerard is not gonna open until he can open up all the Milwaukee stuff. Not gonna be there. I think, West Carlo is on the more, they can't do 25%. Now, can they do 100% when this drops next Thursday?
Can they?
Can they?
That's the
Well,
question.
they could, I mean, there's, after that time, we do not have any requirements at all. It's just
Okay.
the Thursday, 11:59.
And why Thursday, you have to have a legal basis for picking that date.
And I think originally it got fixed because when the Republicans brought their lawsuit to the Supreme Court, they had written in that they thought that they would give a 6-day notice for the group to come up with another plan. And unfortunately, the Supreme Court said it's open immediately. And that threw a lot of chaos out there. And so that's why the health officer said, we need to give businesses the time. And Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation said that they need these businesses to open in an organized fashion where the employees feel safe, customers feel safe. Otherwise, they're not going to have customers coming into businesses if they don't see safety, mechanisms in place.
Okay, so who's,
But it is a 6 day.
Yeah.
You just pick next Thursday, but you have no basis for next Thursday.
right, so if I open it up.
No, I want to know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
How did they pick next Thursday?
I can't address that story. I was not part of that meeting, and so I can't say. I just know because it was in response to the Supreme Court.
Attorney Macy, on being on the call, that I understood several times, told us to pick that because exactly that gave the time they felt for everyone to get in line to do and get their employees back and do the line. So they kind of they moved to it like it was a benefit for us to do it, rather than everybody at
That letting the businesses know when they should do it and how they should do it.
Exactly, like
So
that.
they have no basis. I mean, you have to know that if we're going to give legal, be able to defend this, we have to know what their basis was.
I could add one comment, and that would just be that the opening is based on metrics. The federal government has metrics. There's really like 6 or 7 metrics that we're looking at, that you have a certain number of tests taking place. The positivity rate is such. So they're looking at those metrics, and those metrics have greatly improved with the social distancing. And so they expect, I think right now, 6 out of the 7 are green. I think there's 1 that was yellow. So they're expecting everything to be much improved by that time period.
But I'm more Attorney Mason. My question all the way along, and I personally, and board I know, have voted against this all the way along. Actually, wasn't the only one that sort of said, this is not right, it's not legal. Safe is going to be ways to do it, but it kind of comes to me on, really, you had the right to shut everybody down, including me, and just tell everybody for the sake of safety, and I understood that. Again, I thought, now suddenly, my understanding, just coming off this call at the end of the day, to make sure is that next Thursday, it's just like it never existed, or what? I'm a little confused.
Yeah, I can respond to that. There's still recommendations, and recommendations are for physical distancing and, hand washing. All of those things are still in place. They're recommendations. At that point, they felt that, businesses, restaurants.
So my question is on the individual searches. Now, can they open up and cram everybody in there, everybody next to each other, and there's no issue?
Now, that would not, of course, be the recommendation, but we don't have any requirements on it.
Yeah. First of all, Jason.
And you would know this than anybody else.
When she was there coming across the street, Kate went over to the,
Somebody turn their speaker off.
Sally, you have to mute.
Okay.
But to hear rumblings of something, that's my biggest fear, is that they're saying Thursday it's over, but then something else happens.
Yeah, the governor's going to try to issue another order.
Right.
And I'm worried that the health officers are playing into that. And could you address that? That they're just doing this so they give the governor time to issue his order?
I do know there is a call today or whatever, I'm not on that call because it's at 3 p.m., but Sue Shepherd did confirm that she is planning to open the village on Friday,
Can we get something?
But she can't do that if the governor issues another order. So you can't say, well, till Thursday for the governor.
Right, none of us have the ability, of course, to overturn the governor's decision unless it goes against the Wisconsin Supreme Court. As Jason has said, Sue would, I'm sure, get something in writing, Jason, as long as the governor does it.
My point on all this is exactly what Attorney made.
Pretty good.
This is nice, you're allowing us all this together, but I worked too long with the county of Milwaukee. And I know there is more behind this than just letting us all go our way next week. This is gonna be, hold on a minute, Sally, I see you, hold on. We're gonna be, something is gonna come out of this, maybe early next week that says, here is what we want you to do in the city of County of Milwaukee. And again, we have to rely on all of our health officers, which have so far unanimously just went with everything. And that was where my concern is, that I went to say, that's why we're here today. We're going to do this thing, and I don't have to be in a week from now having to say, wait a minute, are we back to square one? So I'm here listening to what you say, but really, is that really what's going to happen? They cannot let this all go without anything. I'm in some of these calls, and I know I'm talking to somebody who's president of the mayor, they expect the same thing. We're kind of working on something on the side and saying, we'd like to come out with our own deal before this deal comes up.
Right.
We can't do that without our health people on board with us. And it's the same thing, except that we're just saying Milwaukee County and area has a problem. But boy, we know how many cases, maybe you can tell us, how many cases we have?
Yeah, we have currently, well, we've had since March 15th, 29 cases.
Okay.
And we've had, out of the 29, 19 have recovered. We did investigate those 335 disease incidents since March. So a lot of people in Reville went in for testing, had symptoms and things like that. The 29 were confirmed. We've also done 64 contact tracing where we had to interview families. You know, it's not just like if you come down with this, we have to figure out where you were 2 days before you even had symptoms and then start that whole investigation and let your contacts know, you know, that they have some risk, you know, to come down with it in the next 42 days.
All right, I'm going to go to Trustee Chadwick. I know she had a line. Trustee Chadwick, there you go. Here. Go ahead. Trustee Chadwick?
And okay, just a quick thing, and I'd like to have some things clarified by Mr. Macy and the Health Department. Basically, if we vote against or for this resolution, we are going against our Health Department, we are going against our state, and we are going against what Milwaukee County is wanting. Is that correct?
State your question again. State your question again.
Okay. According to, if we vote against or for this resolution, we are going against what the state is asking, what our health department is asking, and what our Milwaukee County is asking. So what we're doing is we're voting against for this, and therefore we will become against, or we would be, I don't want to say breaking the law, but I think Mr. Macy could tell us a better term for it. But is that correct if we vote for this?
Well, if you vote for this, you are saying you don't agree with your health officer. I don't think it's fair to say the state, maybe the governor, but I don't think you can speak for the entire state. The legislature hasn't gone on the record saying they support these orders. In fact, they sued the governor to get the Supreme Court to say that it wasn't. So I don't think you can say you're going against the state. You are going against Milwaukee County. It's clearly that Milwaukee County and the city of Milwaukee are driving this ship, apparently.
Well, if we vote against this.
Now, it's correct that we are doing this resolution to say we did not agree with our health officer voting for this. Now, it's not going to change anything, but it's going to go on record that we did not agree. So that's the main thing we are.
I'd like to offer another suggestion. And the other suggestion would be, is we take the week that this is still going to be in effect and ends on the 21st, that we take this week to prepare our stores and everybody in the restaurants and everybody, and get them ready to open up, and then put on a big, huge splash on Friday that would, Green to the hills and put it on the sign and everything that Greendale is open and we're thrilled and we're happy to welcome you back. Can we do that?
Well, Sally, that's virtually, that's kind of what we are doing here is because this whole thing stops next Thursday at midnight.
Unless another order is issued, right?
Unless another order is issued. So our biggest worry is this side is Thursday, but
If we
on
don't
Wednesday,
do this,
all the hospitals.
we're not putting our health department at a disadvantage. We're not putting our police department at a disadvantage, like they have to look the other way. I mean, isn't this a positive thing if we wait and push everything that we can during these next few days to really push about Greendale?
What you are coming up with is exactly the opposite of why we're here today. So if you are feeling that, then you need to look at this and say, well, then you're not for this. We're saying exactly what you're saying in reverse. And we did not agree with our health officer saying no, and everything to go with it. So that's kind of where we are. We're not going to do another resolution, at least I would not support, to change that, because it's already going to take effect in a week. It's already known this is a week. We just want to go on record that we were not happy with this went down. So, I guess, but we're going to talk, go ahead.
Just a quick discussion point, kind of where I'm at. I definitely feel for like the employees that are scared to go to work. And I said, you know, that is a terrible situation. And I'm not saying that I'm necessarily for just reopening everything. At the same time, I do support this because I think it should be our decision in Greendale. And if Sue could have the autonomy to say next Friday, we're gonna take 6 days, and next Friday we're gonna open, I would not vote for this. However, this is us supporting Milwaukee. If we voted no, that's us saying, okay, Milwaukee County, you tell us what to do, which I don't think is right. I think we should be able to decide our own fate, and we should decide what we're gonna do. And I feel like that's what the Supreme Court kind of said. It's up to each municipality, and we're just lumping ourselves in with everyone else in Milwaukee County and letting the county decide on our own fate, which that's what I don't.
Well, kind of the way it is now, when Attorney Mason can tell them, they all come to run by county. So you're the county, and we're in Milwaukee County, and we've been dealing with the county, and we came in with our health officer back in March and started. They came in with a consortium that came with all these different groups in it, and now suddenly there's 11 health officers, all these fire and police, and everybody's involved in this, and we're one voice and one voice. Either what's Milwaukee County or you're not. That's kind of working. I would agree that George Mason maybe because I think that's what they shot down to say, can we as a Greendale individual community say we don't want to be with Milwaukee County?
Yeah.
There is the answer.
I mean, she did not need to sign on to this. She could have done her own order. And our recommendation legally has always been that she should be doing an order limited to reasonable and necessary for the village of Greendale. That's one of the biggest problems with this mass order that was issued, is it's looking at the county as a whole and lumping city of Milwaukee and all their problems into the city of Greendale. And that's gonna be one of the biggest challenges that somebody sues. And she gets put on the stand and she said, what in this order was done specifically for the village of Greendale? And we've warned all of our communities of that problem. If she had asked us, we would have told her that. The statute she's relying to is reasonable and necessary for the village of Greendale. And if she can defend that everything in that order was done for the village of Greendale, that's fine. Our concern is it's not. Based on our numbers versus the city of Milwaukee.
And so that answers your question on that.
Yes.
Sally, before you get it real quickly, so.
Just one thing to
clarify.
clarify.
Hold on.
I just comment that the city of Milwaukee has their own order, it's not part of this order. These were the other suburban communities that signed on to that order, so just to clarify that point. And Greendale felt it wasn't, our health officer felt it was the right thing ethically to do, keep our citizens safe, our businesses safe. She looked at her years of experience. It wasn't something that she just signed on because Milwaukee County, did it. She's part of this consortium, but she's an expert in her field, and she did not have to sign on. She did it because she is looking out for the safety of our residents here.
Now, that's where Attorney Macy was, because that's where I was since the beginning, and tried to say that as a village president to Sue. Sue, I'm on your call, and you know where I stand, and kept saying, I don't think our health officer would agree with this. I always said that because I thought she knew where we were, and she did. But they kept calling back to us, that all of us agree, all the health officers agree, all 11 always agree. I have never seen one of them go off on a change, and that's the way it was all the way through. That's why I always just said no. No, you couldn't come up, and they kept changing what we were voting, how we were gonna vote on, how we were gonna do it. No, because I didn't agree, but I guess my question was, she could have, at any point, reached out to anyone, especially, Manager Michaels, and said, where we're at, what do we want? But she was just talking to all the health officers. I understand why she did that, but again, where he is. Greendale was built on its own little community by the government, and we were always independent. We always did our own little things. We never jumped in the pot of big, even Greenfield tried to want to take us over on things that they're doing, fire. No, we are our own, and that's why we all our employees know we are. We're just really not buying into. That's what I'm saying. So anyway, go ahead.
All right, question, I don't know if you know this answer. Last year from flu, from March to now, how many people just passed away in Greendale? Do you know?
I cannot, I don't want to guess at that number. We get all of the reports of hospitalized patients from the flu, and so I can look that up.
Okay, good. It's probably more than one.
Right, oh, definitely.
Did we shut down last year?
Well, the difference is that we have a flu vaccine, and we also have antiviral medications that work for the flu. That's a part of the problem with the COVID-19 is there's currently no vaccine, and there's really not any antiviral medication. They're trialing some new ones right now, but that's kind of the big difference. The other difference too is there's a lot of asymptomatic people, and that's what we're finding with our long-term care facilities, where they're actually testing every single staff member and resident. They're finding there's a pretty large percentage of people who don't have any symptoms, and yet they're actually able to spread the illness. And so that's just making this virus so deadly and different, is that you don't have symptoms to be spreading it, basically, and you are, even if you do have symptoms, you're infectious a couple days before you start to have the symptoms. So I wish that as soon as there's a vaccine, as soon as there's, before it'll be, next fall or whatever, hopefully that'll make a huge difference for everybody. People will feel a lot safer out there.
So I'm gonna just go to Trustee Chadwick, because she's then all been waving. Go ahead, Trustee Chadwick, go ahead. Yes, go ahead, Trustee Chadwick, please go ahead.
Okay, in answering Matt, just a couple of points about Greendale opening up early and stuff like that. Isn't it part of our job to listen to our experts and listen to what they have to say? And if they're advising us to wait until Thursday, isn't that the wise thing to do? I sometimes wonder that if we succumb to the pressures of what what everybody wants in Greendale when we should be leading. And one of the things in leading is to listen to the experts and take that and let's make it positive. Let's take this week to start putting things in place, telling everybody how they can, open up. Let's spend some money and do some advertising. Let's do the LED sign. Let's do a banner above of Loomis, things like that. Let's make it positive and let's throw a party on Friday. What would be wrong with that?
Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. We are again here making a resolution to say we did not agree with our health officer jumping onto this, Sally. I don't know didn't hear that. We're not saying what you're saying we can't do. We're just saying today, we think she should have came maybe to us and talked to us about what Greendale should have done. She talked to you, I didn't hear her, I don't know if anybody else here heard. She was with a bunch of health officers from all around the community. Not, to me, Greendale, because she didn't talk to us, she didn't say anything. That's what I think. Anyway, anybody else?
Mr. Michaels is here, he can report on the governor's conference.
Yeah, so Mr. Michael's gonna talk, go ahead.
It was, run by, the Attorney General was on it for a while. He's coming out with an opinion. They did state, and I'm waiting to see the opinion to see this, but they basically stated that they're gonna recommend in their opinion that you can't find anybody.
Oh, okay.
Well, you can't criminally fine them, that doesn't mean you can't issue local ordinance violations.
Okay.
That was the distinction, that they're gonna recommend that any new order not be criminal, but it be local ordinance violation. So they're dumping it back on the local municipality, taking it away from the DA, because they know they weren't getting anywhere with the DA prosecuting.
And then also, they mentioned that they thought there was strong language that the local officers could still, control the size of the gatherings. What couldn't, it led me to believe kind of that it's gonna say that you can't close a restaurant, but I'm not, I don't have any opinion, but the way it was worded, it kind of sounded like you can limit a restaurant, but you can't close it. Or tell them they can't do any business other than curbside.
As of now, is what you're saying, right?
The Attorney General is
His
gonna come out, advise, and, during the call even, or the Zoom meeting, the Attorney General's website, I was on it because I was looking for the opinion, and it basically crashed because everybody was taking it, and all they're saying on there, how it crashed, but,
When will that opinion be out?
yeah, they said they were gonna issue it soon.
So the restaurant could really open.
No, don't misunderstand what they're saying. The Attorney General is going to issue his legal opinion on whether he thinks local municipal official health officers can issue orders. And he's going to give guidelines on what can be in those orders. One of them may be your order shouldn't be to shut them down totally, but to restrict them, which can have the same effect. If it's not cost effective to have more than 5 people in the store, so, anyway, because I got lots of notes here, Todd, well, call actually said nothing other than, the disease is bad, there's no legal comments were made, apparently an AG opinion is forthcoming. The governor's lawyer is now saying the AG opinion will say guidelines on adopting an order. So health officials, if you want to adopt an order that we think is legal, this is what has to be in that order. Okay, so they're not saying that health officers can't issue orders, right? But that was now, and then saying, and if you're looking for tools to restrict it other than an order, you know where the governor's coming from. That's obvious. I mean, he issued his orders that you can pass other ordinances that have the same effect as the order by saying you can't have more than 50 people at one place. You could pass an ordinance, they're saying, and that's what he meant by using municipal tools other than the health officer's order to accomplish the same thing. You could pass ordinances. Now, for this community, who's not necessarily looking for those kind of tools, that's going to be moot, because I can't imagine you're out passing ordinances to restrict these things if you're not in favor of the health officer's order to begin with. But for other communities that they're out there, City of Milwaukee County, looking for tools, they're going to give them tools on how they might be able to control it other than the health officer's order. They said, as you said, they're going to recommend making it a municipal violation instead of a criminal violation, meaning that they'd be issuing local citations instead of criminal referrals. Said there'll be guidelines on adopting the order, restrictions on mass gatherings, it said that. Let me see the other ones that came in here. Things they talked about, per East Evers legal counsel, some concern that court addressing 25202 is broad and there are differences between the state agency can do and what a local public officer why you can't do it until the court tells you you can't do it. And that by ordinance, you should limit mass gatherings, place limits on sizes, implement social distancing guidelines is okay. The fact about attaching the criminal penalties, as you said, and they're preparing a template order for the, apparently for the health officers. So that's not particularly good news for you, if they're issuing guidelines for the health officers on how you can do it, even though the legislative attorney said you can't. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that would be consistent with the governor, you know, he didn't win in the Supreme Court, so he's looking for other tools to do what he believes should be done, to put it objectively.
So if I just could ask you.
Right, did I say anything else than what you heard?
If I just ask you your opinion on, do you think it's possible they'll, I mean, all the things are opening that this could all go down into a shutdown again by some miracle rule that.
Well, the Supreme Court said that if the health officer for the state wanted to issue an order, she had to go through the rulemaking process. So yes, yesterday on the governor's call, he indicated he had started the process to do a rulemaking process.
There you go.
And that's my concern, is that this is just a stalling technique, and all due respect to the health officers, we'll leave it in place till Thursday and see if the governor can get his new order in place by then.
What do you have to get the legislature?
Well, it's rulemaking, I don't know, you know, he's investigating whether he can do the rulemaking, I'm sure, without going through the legislature. I
So
would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
No one knows the answer to that, I assume that's what he's exploring.
So where I am on, village president, and kind of manage the same way, we're on the calls all the time, and we're into this ICC thing, where we just, to me, I mean, substantive, and that, like, everybody's doing it, and I'm going, no, you know, it's like so now, we're gonna go back to this, if all 11 health officers, decide they're gonna do something else, and we need to kind of be together in the plan, and kind of do everything as a plan, I'm one guy, and this is just like a vote here, it's unanimous. Yeah, we don't have unanimous, but we close, you know, and that's kind of where they threw the stack. I'm just wanna make sure, we can work with our health officer and you guys and help with the look, that's what we want, but we would like to downstone how we're doing it here, because we feel we haven't had that for our cases in Milwaukee and Greenfield, they get their hands full. We're more towards this, you know, you go down to Kenosha, people there are even issuing things, and all I wanna know is there a way going forward that we can do this and not get.
Because of his opinion.
Seems like the health officer is the one that we need to have help us, tell us what's the safe way down key that we can get everybody. Look at that, this is probably more cars that have been down here today than in 4 months. And now look at it, the stores are open, people are going, there are people hanging around. But I tell you, even in front of the shops that are sitting, they have chairs, they watch, there's 3 people, they know the rules. So I think that's kind of what we're saying, we all know the rules, we all know where it is, and so I gotta remind us, in my shop, we go out and yell at people that, but they'll say, okay, we're all family, well, what's the rule on family, they can all sit together? Yeah. So basically that's it, so I guess, besides this thing, what we're voting on today, and again, this is just saying at least for this board, I'm saying, that this is just telling them we didn't like this idea. We didn't like that we were thrown in here, and really through the whole thing, I never had a conversation with my health officer, why are you in all this? I would appreciate her as a health officer, but personally, I would like her to sit with all of us and say, well, how can we still be with them if we need to be, but we can downturn on what we are. Anyway, go ahead.
I guess my question would be, I wish Sue was here. I'm really disappointed she isn't, okay? To ask her, why couldn't she go today? We don't have that many bars and restaurants in the Greenville Village. Why can't she go today and say, you can open and at 25% capacity, or just tell her now, but she could tell them next Thursday of how they can open. I don't understand that.
I mean, technically
Let her answer the question.
yeah, go ahead.
Right, I just want to make, the health officers made this decision. Sue was looking at all of the data from Milwaukee County, we have, Milwaukee County as a whole has a lot of cases. Maybe Greenville doesn't, but ours, we have people who live there, who work in Milwaukee City, we have people from Milwaukee City working in our community. They were looking at all those metrics that both the president and governor, all of them are looking at these metrics, and they looked at them last week, and they determined that it was not a good idea to open immediately. We knew the businesses, we were hearing from businesses, they're like, we're not ready to open,
I mean, if they're not, they don't have to, but if they are, they should be able to, that's the problem.
Yeah, and I think so too, we heard from a lot of employees crying on the phone. I had one crying yesterday, telling me her business is opening, and she said they're not following rules. It wasn't a business here in Greenville, but it was multiple places around the community. And so we have people living here who, that's the problem. People are like, well, people can decide what they want to do. Not everybody can do that. If you're an employee, you will lose your job if you don't go back. And so you have to look at those residents. There's a lot of concerns. I'll tell you from residents who are supportive of what the health officer does. So we heard from both sides. I mean, it's just like the Supreme Court. It's not everyone agrees, everyone, disagrees. It's really kind of a balance. And so you try to figure out the best thing, and our health officer, from her professional perspective, she felt like she was choosing the right thing to the village of Greenville to keep the residents' businesses safe.
And I understand that. If there's 11 of them all spread over and everywhere, I mean, we'd be pretty dumb if you're not watching what's going on nationally, because this is not what's not going on there. And again, you've got to realize that the health officers, the reason we have one in Greenville is again because we're a 15,000 people little community. This is where our stuff is. South is a different story. We understand the huge mall, maybe people can't walk by stores and the things that go on. I think it should have been looked at as a different model, and maybe not all stores needed to shut all down, and many of them really, who knows if they'll come back, but that's just what I said. But anyway, I said enough. Anybody else, please? Yeah.
The one issue we had, and we brought it up many times to the people that were on the calls with the ICC, especially last Sunday night. Friday before, Sue had sent me courtesy a copy of what the group was working on, the group of health administrators was working on. And, I looked through it, I didn't have a lot of issues with it, but, and then on Sunday night, we got a different version from the head of the ICC, which is Mayor Kennedy from Glenville. That version had 451 changes in comparing the two, some are probably typos. But there were major, whole paragraphs changed, and it was billed Sunday night as this was done by all the health officers working together. Well, there's no way it was, because I asked Sue, she didn't have any input on it on that weekend. So that just bothered me. It wasn't collaborative, and we were against, Jim was against it from the beginning, and mainly because of that. They were jamming it, sending it out Sunday night, wanting it past Monday. And a lot of the mayors and village presidents were against that.
They kept changing how they were gonna vote for this, to try to get it in. And I wasn't gonna buy, and then finally, the last vote was like, well, we're just gonna all follow our own health officers. And what does that mean? No. So anyway.
They started out trying to get the ICC, all the mayors and village presidents in Washington, to basically approve or that they would support what eventually was passed, was adopted by the health officers. But none of the mayors wanted to do that, and they ended up just doing 2 sentences that basically saying, they'll support the health officers, and Jim voted against it, and the mayor of Hills Farms, which president abstained, everybody else voted for it.
So again, I'm a whole question of, maybe 2 questions. First of all, this is what we're here for, is to get a vote on this resolution. And second thing it sounds like we're moving into is how how we would like to see, you know, now, my understanding is, you know, first of all, all the stores can open right now, right, with, except for those with, like the libraries,
Right, yeah, schools, library, right, but all the businesses, yes, are able to open with those guidelines.
with all the guidelines.
Yeah.
So they can right now, today, as I see many of them doing, and people outside, they can open up, and as long as the guidelines, 6 feet apart, people, yeah, so they can do that.
Right, and Elfridge Mall is able to open also, right?
Now, does that include the restaurants down there? They can't work that out, or is that not true in the restaurants?
Restaurants are not allowed right now to have inside
That's what I'm
seating,
saying.
but they
Yeah.
can, like Ricardo's, and, you know, places that can do curbside or delivery.
Well, that have to be till next Thursday?
So Thursday at 11:59, and then at that point afterwards, they're able to open up.
And it would make sense to ask why that restaurant, because it seems like,
It's discriminatory.
yeah.
I think it was,
Punishing.
yeah, maybe more the seating, you know, that kind of thing, harder to restaurant.
But on that date, is your understanding, the 25% rule kicks in, or can they have?
Wait, let's ask this question very specifically, because you keep going around the bush and we're not doing it. Is she going to issue any orders after midnight on next Thursday?
I called Sue Shepherd, our health officer, and she said she absolutely is not going to issue any further orders after 11:59 on Thursday.
We hope she issues guidelines. For God's sake, we want guidelines. We've wanted guidelines all along. We don't want orders, if I hear what the village board is saying.
That is correct.
Then she can issue all the guidelines she wants, they're not enforceable, they're recommendations. People should take personal responsibility here, and they should follow the guidelines. There's nobody in this village who is not suggesting that all residents and all businesses should research and follow the guidelines. Is that true, ladies and gentlemen? I want to send that message loud and clear.
Yes.
Your concern is the orders and enforcement of orders and making things criminal when there should be guidelines and people should follow guidelines. Am I stating that correctly?
Yeah.
I think that's an important message to send to your residents, to your businesses, and to the health officer. And she's making a commitment here that she's not going to issue any more orders.
Regardless of what happens with the.
Well, we can't speak to the governor, we can't speak to anybody else issuing orders that might control the village. She's not gonna issue an order, even if the governor tells her how to go about doing it, apparently she's not gonna issue orders. That's her representation by her representative.
And you know what I would ask, so if the whole county gets together again, urgency next Wednesday, and says, we're gonna have a meeting, and here's what we now like. I'm expecting Sue to know, do what she said.
Absolutely, Sue is a very ethical person, you know that. I talked with her on the phone, she's absolutely, I talked with Todd afterwards this morning, she's not going to issue any order after Thursday.
No matter what.
That's kind of where everybody is.
And she'll give, you know, we have recommendations, so those came out from the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation, which represent, you know, has business members, you know, there's guidelines, they're not orders, and that's what we will be sending out to businesses now.
Now, Attorney Macy, in your opinion, can anybody supersede her? Anybody in the state of Wisconsin? The governor can come out with a rule.
Well, obviously, the Supreme Court can, or any court can, if she's sued,
Yeah.
they can override that order, but none you can.
But
And I don't think the governor, no, I don't know of anybody who can supersede the health officer's order. I don't know that her order is legal, I'm not going to give you that statement that it's legal. She didn't ask for our opinion, she issued it without legal advice from your village, and so that's just a fact, and that you should know, but I'm not gonna say it's legal. There's a real issue, you already got the opinion from the legislative attorney that it's not legal.
So could the county overrule her?
I don't think the governor talked about that on the call. Did he make any specifics about he was gonna give guidance to the county? Can they overrule her? Probably can't overrule her, but can they issue an ordinance that's effective on the community? We don't know the answer to that. Just like the governor could issue a new order, the legislature, we know can issue the orders, because that's what the Supreme Court said, is the orders should be coming from the legislature, not the governor or his health officer. But I don't, not research whether the county can issue another order or the governor can.
Because that's what that comes down to. Each of us that has an officer works for the village, or the city you're with, and that's a given. I worry they'll come up with a way to go around that and say, for the good of everybody, this is what's gonna happen. In the city of Milwaukee, the dock commission, and for the good of everybody, because people will drive into Greendale, either you're gonna block the roads or you're gonna say Greendale is also gonna do that. That's what we're doing, that.
Yeah, and City of Milwaukee does have a separate order. They're not part of the order with the other health officers. They didn't have a deadline on their order, and so the other, we're not with the City of Milwaukee, okay, just to clarify that.
So they're not opening like next Thursday like we're going to?
They are not opening as of this point, right? They're probably going to continue.
Right.
The only other comment, in all due respect, is if you're telling us that the business needed till next Thursday to get ready, you should be issuing the guidelines today. And I'm a little offended by, if you're gonna take the position that you're doing them and the citizens what's necessary to get ready, those guidelines should be to them today.
And we've been emailing all of the businesses. We sent them the information and organizations like Parks and Rec, library, we sent them economic development guidelines for each of those different types of organizations. So we have sent those out, I know our environmental is working with Teresa, our administrative assistant, to get those out there.
So we would have received those.
Right.
And all the restaurants.
So they are getting sent out, or have been already sent out.
I didn't see them.
No, they're not
coming.
today, but.
And I would agree with Kevin that, that's what I was gonna say. It's a week before, I can see those. And so that if I wanted to open my shop, what do I need to have in mind? Can't get much, stuff right now because everybody's buying, next to know that I need to get sanitizers. So I need to have that at the table.
So that will go out today to everybody?
Right.
To all the bars, restaurants?
To the businesses and some of the organizations have already received them. Because the lead act was just working on some of them up until like yesterday or the day before. They weren't all completed, but now that they're all done, they are getting sent out. And we can certainly, I think that is in your board packet, we did include the links to lead act, and you can look at the different types of businesses or agencies, organizations, and it has very, helpful guidance. And again, they're just guidelines, they're not boards.
So if I could just push a little further into this, and I know unfortunately Susan's not here, because we have things coming up this summer that I want to know where you guys stand. First of all, things that are coming, we have the gazebo show. That are gazebo every weekend starting June 20th. People are coming, you can make them sit apart, but it's going to be more than 50. We're not going to control it. Right. What is the deal?
Right, again, next Thursday comes, 11:59,
Yeah.
we don't have an order. We would probably put up some signage, and I think that's what's going on with Target or at the different parts today. Just, we're not sanitizing the playground equipment, try to do social distancing. There's just guidelines out there.
Now, I would take it that also goes for the thing that I've been pushing really hard for this summer, the 4th of July parade and fire. Correct?
Right, once the order is on, then it's really, we don't have an order, it's like, Todd, that's really, and it's using your own personal discretion, and we, of course, will give guidance to people, because people call us about that, like, how are they gonna do this safely? And we say, if you're not comfortable calling at this point, don't go, or if you have an immune system problem, don't go, or whatever.
Now, this thing you're talking about, would, again, would cover Greenfield. That's what we're talking. Greenfield, frankly, can do their own thing. They would say, we're not having 4th of July fire, we're not doing nothing, that's their rule. We are saying, that's what I want to hear, that's really all I really want to hear along, is that we're involved in a lot of the stuff that we will not be out of compliance, and that you're not going to slap us 2 weeks before the 4th of July parade and say, you can't do this. Because I think that would be a great roll-out. 4th of July, and have a parade, and people down here, and yes, we're away now, and listen, maybe half the people stay away. All right. that's what they're doing, but, it kind of gives an opening, and listen, I'm hoping that this, trust me, that this, I'm one of those that adds on all this stuff, I want to be, I wear a mask when I can, but, I think we just need to make our signs that we have some faith on what you guys are doing, and not because we have 29 cases and Milwaukee still point out that we are somehow, over there. So I appreciate you coming and saying what you're saying today. So that is kind of really where we kind of need to be. And this thing that we're voting, at least for me today, is really kind of just saying that if you had to talk to us, at least me earlier, and maybe address some of this, I'm not for this, that she did the shutdown, and maybe it was the thing to do. But that's where I come to that. Are there more questions on, first of all, this thing? Because I'd like to see if we can vote on this part. So I will take a motion to pass this resolution.
Motion to pass to the Village Board BOT 2037, necessary action regarding consideration, resolution 2020-07, a resolution opposing the Greendale Health Department's order number 1, COVID-19, public health plan for suburban Milwaukee County.
Second motion?
More discussion on this. If not, I will take a roll call for approving, go ahead.
Trustee Fabian?
Yes.
Trustee Olet?
Yes.
Trustee Siborowski?
Yes.
Trustee McFall?
Yes.
Trustee Sal?
Yes.
Trustee Chadwick?
No.
President Bergen?
Aye. There we go. With that, just quickly, any other comments on where we're at, then in Greendale coming up, or even now on stores opening? I mean, I'm able to tell my people that can fall in those rules that they can. Again, I will be pushing on why it took away for the rest, but the question I have is the library. I understand the issue there, but again, I'm hoping there's somebody looking at the libraries and those kind of things, why, that's it. So we'll take the question.
Quick question, I just want to make sure, because all of us get many, many resident calls. What I'm hearing is, and we've been talking a lot about down here, but Bed Bath & Beyond, the Shoe Carnival, I understand there was restaurants, those
Weight
can't open.
Watchers.
Yeah, they're already can be open, yeah.
Okay, but yes, they are, okay, so they may not know, okay.
Okay.
All right, and all of our, I guess it's saying, we keep referring to, I'll say Panther Pub, but many other ones, as bars, but, so bars and restaurants are like this together, or are they separate?
There are orders for both of them, but they're very similar. If you have a restaurant, you are able to do curbside pickup like Panther Pub is doing, or, or like Ricardo.
The one I was actually, like, Ray and Don's.
What is it, rated on?
Ray and Don's, what, is that a bar, that's a bar, not a restaurant?
If it has to do with liquor.
Okay, all right.
No delivery of liquor is,
Okay, I think I understand.
and that I think is maybe a police, and I can't speak to that, maybe our police chief could, but I believe that is against
Roll up.
for state statute, or no, code.
That's your chief, or you're on?
It's kind of mumbled. I couldn't really hear what she said, what I would be.
On delivery of liquor, there's some law against that, right, or curbside?
Yeah, I mean, if it's not in their permit, they can't do it.
Okay.
It'd be no different than any other time.
Okay, thank you.
Wait, the technicality on liquor is all liquor sales have to be face to face. If I walked into a liquor store and I ordered 10 cases of liquor and I bought it and I paid for it, they can deliver it to me. But I have to buy it face to face and enter into the contract and make the payment. And so when they have a drive up, they're not supposed to be able to hand you the liquor outside of their licensed establishment, even though you're paying for it. But the state of Wisconsin said, in order to give municipalities an opportunity to amend the liquor license description, they would not enforce that aspect of the state law at this moment. So they're allowing you to pick it up through the delivery or through drive-through, even though lot and you buy it in the parking lot, face to face. So the law is not you can't deliver liquor. I don't mean to criticize the chief is right. It's not that you can't deliver. If you buy liquor from a caterer and you buy it face to face with the caterer can deliver it to your store. The sale has to be face to face.
Well,
That's
what I was saying was, I don't believe that Ricardo's or Panther Pub are selling liquor out the door, so, which they don't have. I understand what Mr. Macy was saying, but I think we're talking about different things here.
Yeah. Thank you, Chief, appreciate it. Any other questions here?
I just want to make sure I understand. So then next week, Friday, the library will be open, and then the churches, everything, correct?
In the library, that is actually overrun by the Department of Public Instruction. I'll let Brian talk about that. That is not possible.
Oh.
The hours of the library are, the state of Wisconsin gives the authority to the library board to set hours of operation. So at the library board's Wednesday evening, they will discuss how the library schedule or services will be adjusted to.
And that's fair.
And to whatever standard, they, in consultation with our health department and our village manager, feel is appropriate.
Trustee Chadwick, go ahead.
Okay, I would like to see a clarification of, now that we're going forward, let's make it really helpful to the all the businesses, and let's put together some kind of a list of everything that can be and cannot be done. And that and if there's any questions, who is the person that they need to go to? Is it, should we be going to Todd? Should we be going to Sarah? So, but let's get this clear, a nice clear list of exactly what the store owners and can do when their citizens call, when they say, hey, can I go sit at Ricardo's? We can finally say yes or no or whatever. So let's get that down and out for them.
Sally, that all goes through the health department and the health officer. So that's the email they'll be putting out to everybody. That's not the village function, but it is the function of the health department and the health officer.
Then let's make sure that it's stated somewhere so people will know. Let's try to be helpful.
With that, any further, yes?
I just want to say one thing.
Trustee Michael.
Next Friday, businesses can open. It doesn't mean they will be open. And we're not gonna know who's doing what, when they're doing it, if they're deciding to close. It's gonna be private business decisions at that point, when they're ready.
And many of the businesses I talk to really aren't, and the problem is several of them have lost employees. And some of the employees get more on employment now than coming back. Well, now you've got, I don't know how that issue goes. All mine I kept and able to keep.
That's the issue.
Now we have some of those that do that, and do they want to have every table open? And I guess we're gonna leave it up to them, so. It'd be nice to have them open.
Yeah.
So any other questions with anybody? I think we've kind of addressed two really big issues, and again, I've been watching all while we're sitting here, great to see all these cars, and people going to the store. And I really believe the citizens of Greendale will support, once this is out, that everybody's open, and we're doing there, so.
The bird store open.
Yeah, just one thing, can we please make sure that all the businesses, restaurants, bars, do know Friday they can open?
And take it all over right now.
That would stake out
Everybody.
for every bar.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, they're all, and I take it that Southwoods is its own
entity.
They gotta work with their landlord.
Right, and we have been in touch with Mary Moswell already, and let her know that Southbridge was able to open up for H2, and so not all the stores chose to open, but they are able to do that. We're aware of that.
Now, trustee, again, we can't tell them what to do. All we can say is the village will not have an order, and we'll have guidelines as of midnight on Thursday. You know, the confusion we had at the election where it changed daily. I have no idea what's gonna happen between now and next Thursday.
Right
That's the
now,
point I think you made earlier.
I'm just happy that we had this meeting, we really got to where we wanted to hear, that the village is open, people can run, the stores can open if they want to, it's really up to them what they do. And this whole thing next Thursday, unless the governor or somebody, and I still say there's 50-50 chance we're gonna see, I can't believe this all goes away, but we'll see what happens.
It changes at least twice.
Huh?
At least twice it changes.
Yeah, so, with that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
So move.
Yes,
Said so moved.
Yes.
we got do I have a second?
Second.
All right. That, everybody, want to adjourn?
Yes.
Say aye.
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 You did a great job.